The purpose of this video is to explain how you would use WordPress to get an article published, specifically how you embed Quibbles into articles that are fully ready to be published. You've reviewed them, you've edited them, and the last step is for you to go through and go ahead and embed the Quibbles in, and then you go ahead and either publish the article or you schedule it to be published. All right, so here we have this article by Jasleen Chagger, Who Will Run in 2020 is the topic. This article has already been published. So everything's ready to go. You've reviewed every single sentence, paragraph, intro, the byline, all of that stuff. For the sake of this training video, we'll assume that at the very bottom there are the links to check us out on Facebook, check us out on Twitter and social media, and so on and so forth at the very bottom here. But they currently aren't, and just ignore that. Again, the purpose is to understand how to embed Quibbles once you're at the final step of publishing an article. So, as you can see, Imaginary Jasleen, of course, she did this in real life before the article was published. She, the writer, has posted links to each of the quibbles that correspond with each of these little blurbs here, these summaries. And in the interest of time, I have already opened these links. So we have Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. So this is the Joe Biden quibble. This is the Kamala Harris one. And then this is the Warren. And finally, this is the Senator Gillibrand. Will she run or announce that she's running for president by the end of 2018 quibble here. And we will start with the Joe Biden one. So we'll click on the link here. We will go to this very important, this is basically step one after clicking on the link or pasting the link in. And here it's very faint, but you'll see this box below the social media links. You'll see this box here. Right below that box that has all of this text in it, you can hit copy embed code. That automatically copies everything in here that's going to be your embed code. Now, what we'll want to do is, so again, you have all of your tabs open for each of the Quibble links that Jasleen or a given writer has posted. What we're going to do now is we are fully ready to go to HTML. The reason that this video is being made is because WordPress is kind of funky how it works. Once you go to HTML, if you post a Quibble embed, like I am right now, I just pasted that in here right above the link to the Joe Biden quibble. Once I post that in here, if I go back to visual, you'll see what happens. It puts the quibble in and it makes it super ugly, and that's not what we want. So we're going to go back to HTML. We're also going to go back to, this is what you would do in case you screw up if you ever go to HTML and then back to visual after putting 1 or 2 or 3 embeds, quibble embeds in. And see what happened? We had this big chunk of paragraph and it's been reduced to this tiny thing. For whatever reason, when you go from HTML back to visual after a quibble's been embedded, it messes up this code here. So we're going to just paste over it, and as you can see, the embed code that we want and need is double the length of that one. If you ever get lost, so we're going to move on to the second one here with Kamala Harris. Let's say we got lost and we forgot exactly where we are in this, because it looks visually different, but if you read carefully, you can see that everything in here is at least for these paragraphs is just normal text for a paragraph. So if you ever get lost, you can go ahead and read the paragraph really quickly and see exactly where you are. Of course, there's still the links to the quibbles in here, so you could do that too. But since I know from reading this that this is the Senator Kamala Harris quibble here, we will go in to her link in the tab that we already have open. We will copy the embed code. We'll paste it in. Good. There we go. This one is about Senator Warren. How do I know? Because I just read that it's about Senator Warren. Because the last paragraph, at least in a container article, is almost always about the question, the quibble question itself. So we will copy the embed code for Senator Warren. Boom. And finally, we will paste over the Gillibrand Quibbles link to the Quibble website and paste that in there. Now, the final thing you can do is, and I suggest you do this, instead of just publishing it, even though you may feel confident that everything is all set, hit preview in the top right corner. And once you hit preview in the top right corner, you can go ahead and see and make sure that everything looks normal. Give it a couple seconds. It takes a moment or two for the Quibble embeds to load. As you can see, for a second there, they look kind of weird, but now they look like proper Quibble embeds. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now that you've verified that everything looks good, you can close it and you can go ahead and either publish it for right now. You can schedule the publishing. So we're going to hit publish and it's going to ask us. We're not going to do it because, again, this video is for the sake of tutorials and this article has already been published. All right, so before I yawn, let's get this video done really quickly. So you can choose to publish it immediately, or you can schedule it on a specific date and an hour and even a minute in the AM or the PM. You don't have to post just in the morning or just in the afternoon or second half of the day. You can do it in either. And once you select your date that during which it will be scheduled, you can go ahead and hit publish, or you can just hit publish if you want to publish it immediately. So that is how you use WordPress to embed Quibbles into articles, and don't screw up by going from HTML to visual once you put some embed code in, as well as if you do screw up and go from HTML to visual, how you can correct your silly little errors. Get your life together. Have a great day.